Hello everyone. Today I want to praise WordPress, and it might sound a bit odd to hear from me because I'm someone who likes to complain about stuff that he doesn't like. I complain about having to keep my code compatible with PHP 5.2. Yuck. I published a couple ranting blog posts about not making about plugins and themes out there doing silly stuff, bundling plugins in themes on Team Forest, whatever. But on the other end, I use WordPress a lot. I like it, and in today's video I want to describe why I like it so much and what the alternatives are if you for some reason don't want to use WordPress. Yesterday a new version of WordPress was released. It's version 4.1. It comes with a new default theme, an improved distraction-free editor. You can switch between languages, which it will load in the background, load all your strings in text files. It has some enhanced session management, so you can log out that session that you forgot to close once you left someone else's computer on. And it has plugin recommendations. In addition to that, there are a lot of under the hood improvements, and that's the stuff that really excites me. But with all these new changes and new features and new improvements, WordPress takes its next step towards world domination, and I almost mean that literally. WordPress is the most popular CMS out there when it comes to numbers of people using it. 21% of the websites on the internet use WordPress. And that's not just 21% of all sites that use a CMS, but actually 21% of the entire internet is powered by WordPress. And that's insane. It's the entire internet, and almost a quarter of it is powered by one single CMS, WordPress. Before I go into more details about what I like about WordPress, let's first have a look at some alternatives. What CMS is out there that you can have your clients work on the content, write posts, pages, whatever content they want. You have, for example, static site generators where your clients will have to enter their content in markdown files. Geeks love it. I've contemplated putting my WordPress blog, converting it into a Jekyll-powered blog, for example. It's very easy to work with. You need no database. It's very light as it runs on static HTML files mainly. Then there is the custom built stuff, like a CMS powered by the Laravel framework or whatever tool you use, and you can obviously you can make it the way you want it to. You can make all the tools, all the editors, all the WYSIWYG stuff, and it just takes a lot more time. WordPress, you can quickly set up an application, set up a website, and once you start building stuff manually, by hand, by using libraries and all sorts of stuff, it's going to take more time. Then there are, of course, Drupal, Joomla and all the other CMSs, open source CMSs that are out there. They seem to be in a different league though. Drupal is out there for a while. Joomla it used to be Mambo and then it changed into Joomla a couple of years ago. They are far less popular, but they are similar in what they have feature-wise. They have similar features, but they approach things differently. They have different coding standards, for example, but in the end, it's a content management system. People use it to manage their content, so they are not that different. Now let's look a little closer to what makes it so powerful. Your clients can fully focus on the content. They can write with the WYSIWYG editor, which uses tiny MCE. It's fairly easy to modify for a developer using plugins and themes, and even though the most of the code of most popular plugins and even less popular plugins the same, they're not really pretty. I mean, when I compare it to other projects that I'm now building on Laravel, for example, even my own WordPress plugins look a little bit dated. Even the ones that I've written recently. You can't use namespaces and more stuff like that, but it's fast. You can quickly wrap up a plugin, drop it in any install, and it works. Well, if you do it right. The community for WordPress is really helpful. There's thousands and thousands, maybe even millions of people working with something WordPress related, and it doesn't matter if they write tutorials or contribute to the core code. It doesn't matter. They all embody the community as a whole. Whenever you need help, there are forums, there's a ton of stuff. It's overwhelming at times how many people that are working on WordPress and are willing to help you with something and contribute back to this enormous ecosystem of WordPress people. Whenever you have a non-technical client who is, to a client, HTML is probably very complicated already. They just want to write their content and put it online. WordPress is often my first choice. It's super easy for your clients to use it. At this moment, a lot of our clients and our own projects are in fact WordPress powered. So yeah, I'm really enthusiastic about WordPress. I mean, it's out there, it's free, it's a great CMS. It has a couple downsides. For when you are a developer, you have to stick to PHP 5.2, but alright, I was going to praise WordPress today. Let's not get into those details. What does make me really happy is to see the larger PHP community around WordPress is actually embracing more and more. It's helping WordPress out. It's starting to discuss the minimum required versions. It's starting to give advices. WordPress is no longer the ugly duckling in the world of CMSs. It's actually part of the larger PHP community, and that makes me really happy. Yeah, I think that's something really important. WordPress is no longer frowned upon as it was in the past to more experienced PHP developers, to the larger ecosystem that embodies that wraps around WordPress and PHP. It's no longer frowned upon. It's not weird when you tell people that you use WordPress for a specific project or whatever. That's really good. I'm really happy with that. If you want to jump in in the WordPress community tonight, actually at midnight, I mean, I think it's UTC time zone. It's WordSesh, which is organized by my friend Scott Basgard, and he organized WordSesh, which is 24 hours back-to-back presentations that take over 45 to 50 minutes each, and they all cover different parts of WordPress. Some are marketing related, some are really technical talks, and yeah, if you are keen, tune in. It's free, it's available on YouTube, it's streamed online, whatever. Go check it out. WordSesh.